Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the podcast where we discuss what clinics are currently doing as far as advertising goes and how they're getting clients, how they're getting new patients, how they're booking their calendars, and we react to it. We assess it. We give them a rating. We tell them what's good, what's bad, in hope that you can watch this as either a clinic owner or practitioner and find out some ways you can help yourself. Maybe some of the things we talk about are similar to what you're doing currently, or maybe you're thinking about advertising, you're thinking about marketing, hiring someone. This podcast is going to help you out immensely. We're going to go through everything with you. And, we run an agency. I'm Jaden Vass. I'm with my partner, Andrew Vass. Our agency is called Lifespark Marketing, and it's where we help naturopath and wellness clinic owners and practitioners get more clients, get more patients, and ultimately get their schedules full, get them booked up, waiting list for weeks in advance. That's our goal. We work with people across the country. And and we even set up a fake wellness clinic from scratch. So I created the ads, landing page, branding, logo, everything about it to make it seem legit to the average person. So I could market it, see what the results would come back. It was a cool test I did, and it ended up generating 7 appointments in the first 4 days marketing it, which is unbelievable. I'm sure if you could think about getting 7 appointments every 4 days, that could be a game changer for you, especially if you're struggling with getting new people in the door. And if you want to know more about that, there's a link below where I go through exactly how I did it and show you how you can do the exact same thing for your clinic, no matter what kind of clinic you have. But anyways, this podcast is here just to provide you with some information, help you out. And we're gonna be going through real life clinics here. These are real ads, real landing pages. We're going to give them a rating out of 10 after we're done talking about them. And we want to break it down so you can fully understand how we think about it and what we would say to our clients or a potential client as if we were assessing them on a call together. And out of all the clinics we go through, if we go through your clinic, reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you more, do a more in-depth version of it. Maybe you can ask us some questions. If you want us to go through your clinic, also reach out to us. We'd love to help you out. We can go through it on this podcast, or we can do a private call. You can ask us questions and we can do the same thing. Doesn't matter. Reach out to us if either one of those are you. But without further ado, let's get into it here. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the first ad and I'm going to share my screen. Now, these ads are available on Facebook Ad Library. That is what it's called. If you search it up into Google, you can find it. It's all the current ads running on Facebook, and you can search up different topics that you want to narrow them down as. So, for example, when we're trying to find ads for this podcast, we'll search up naturopathic clinic or wellness clinic or something along those lines, and it spits out a bunch of ads that are currently being ran by real life clinics that you can look at, watch, and then, click on the link they provide, look at their website, and do all of that. So I have the first one pulled up here. I'm going to full screen it really quick and turn down the volume because sometimes they're very loud. And let's give it a watch.
You can't order your health back, but you can take the first step today. Tired all the time, even after 8 to 10 hours of sleep? The scale creeping up despite eating clean? Hair thinning, brain fog, low libido, and your labs still come back normal?
At Natural Med Doc, a lot of our patients that are coming in have seen another provider. They come to us and they actually need something different than what they are being prescribed.
We get to the root cause, not just masking symptoms. Whether it's hormones, gut health, thyroid, menopause, or PCOS, our personalized approach helps you feel like you again. This is your August reset. Book your free consultation today and take that first step toward feeling your best. You can't order your health back.
Andrew, you put this ad in to review. What do you think about it here?
I think it's really good.
Yep.
Health back, realistically. The ad is pretty great because it goes through calls out everything. Could you play the hook back again?
And by the way, for everyone who's wondering what he means by hook, A hook is the first, 5 to 8 seconds of the ad where it captivates someone's attention and makes them either, want to keep watching, keep reading, or click the link because they're interested. It's the most important part of the ad. If your hook isn't good, people are just going to scroll past your ad. Your hook has to be good. Let's just watch the hook one more time.
You can't order your health back, but you can take the first step today. Tired all the time, even after 8.
That's sort of, you can't order your health back.
But
Yeah.
you can take the first. I mean, it's also has a visual hook as well. She's at a drive-through, which also makes people curious to watch the rest of it. Like, what is this person doing? What are they talking about? I'd say that's a good hook because it got me curious. Yeah, and then the rest of the ad, it calls out the exact audience that they're targeting and everything about it, explains the clinic, what they do, and yeah, I think all in all, like, it's a really good ad. I don't know if they did a CTA at the end, like a call to action, but um, in general, it's a really good ad.
Yeah, so what I'd say about it is I agree at the beginning here. The visual, I love the visual. However, I don't like the hook. I actually think the rest of the ad is really, really good, especially the at this part when she talks about, when people come to us, what they're looking for, that they're trying to get to the root cause, and then giving examples. Like, that's just, that's golden. That's exactly what you want. I love the visual aspect of this hook where you have, something going on. It's cool because but you can't order your health. It's sort of a vague, fluffy statement. It's not directly being specific or calling out anyone. If they find that they work with women and that's who they work with, why don't you say, hey, if you're a woman and you've got these problems and you're trying to feel this way, watch the rest of this ad. This is going to help you out a lot. A hook like that is going to, really captivate someone. They got great visuals, but what they actually say here is a little bit fluffy. I'm not a huge fan of it. If it was me, I would change the hook of this ad, the first, 5 seconds when they talk about you can't order your health and they go to the other statement. I'd change that, make it something more specific, directly call out who you're trying to advertise to, and then put it out. Another thing here that's important that I want to mention, the best ads are ones that don't look like ads, and they do a great job of that here. It looks like regular content that you would consume, especially the beginning portion here. It doesn't feel like an ad at all. It feels just like I'm scrolling through Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is, and I just see another piece of content, and that's what creates a great ad. Okay, let's look at the landing page here and let's go through it. Okay, right off the bat, we have the headline here: increase energy, lose weight, and resolve anxiety, data-driven natural approach to medicine. And then call the action button there, or you can call them. They have a VSL, video sales letter, just basically a, video explaining who they are, what they do, that kind of thing. A little blurb here. And reviews. We're not going to go through the entire landing page, obviously, because that's going to take forever. We're going to look at the most important part, which is this top area and, right down below it. My first impressions are, I actually think it's a pretty good landing page. I think that this headline, although it's not bad, I wish it was a little bit more specific. Increase energy, lose weight, and resolve anxiety. I like it because it's solution focused. I do like that about it, and it's not a bad headline. I would make it maybe a little bit more specific, or possibly make this sub headline longer and more specific and relate it to the main headline. For example, increase energy, lose weight, and resolve anxiety. Everyone, wants that to happen. So explain more about how you do that, or why you do that, or who you're doing that for. Is it for everyone, all ages? Are you only working with women? It seems like they may only work with women, but I could be wrong. And then maybe give that in a sub headline here, or make this a little bit more specific. So then I feel, okay, yes, I want to obviously increase energy, lose weight, and resolve anxiety. Who doesn't? But they're actually talking about me. I feel like I'm being called out too. Love the video here. It's great. And then a little blurb here. I think this is really good, and I think that they actually probably would have some success with this system here. Andrew, what do you think about it?
Yeah, no, I think really good. You pretty much covered most of it. Like the header is good. It could get like slightly adjusted, but overall, this system 100% is getting people to go to the next step and book appointments. I'm not sure what their exact next step is, if it's to book an appointment or a survey page or whatever, but in general, this like system is going to get people to go to the next step because you have a good ad that drives curiosity, and then you have a well-made landing page where it has lots of information for people to learn more, which qualifies people and helps people to understand. Like that's the next step people realistically want. They want more information after watching an ad. They don't just want to be sold. So does a good job in doing that.
Yeah, so give it a rating now out of 10, and when we give people their ratings, we're giving it considering the ad and the website or landing page together. So total, and the rating is based off of who we think is most likely to convert people, who is most likely to schedule. That's what we're doing it based off of. It's not about, how cool something looks or the design. It's out of 10, how good are they? Do we think at getting people to book an appointment, go through their system and do that? Andrew, out of 10.
Probably rate the overall system like an 8. Some things that could be improved, but in general, like this is really good.
Okay, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Um, I think it is overall really good. It's great to see. I think mostly what holds that down is the ad hook. I'm just not a huge fan of that hook. If they made that hook better, I think it's an easy 8 out of 10 for sure. And then just this headline, making it a bit more specific. But yeah, I'm gonna give it about a 7 out of 10. Okay, let's move on to the next one here. I'm gonna quickly pull it up. All right. Okay.
Hello, I'm Litzy. I'm an associate here at Divine Recovery Wellness Clinic. So let me take the time to introduce to you guys what peptide products we offer. So here at Divine Recovery Wellness Clinic, we have it all. We have GLPs for weight management. We also have peptides for hair, skin, nails, and even collagen. We also have muscle repair peptides and muscle building peptides. So if you're interested, click the learn more button down below, and our nurse specialist will give you a call to determine what peptide is best suitable for you. See you on the other side. Hello, I'm Litzy. I'm an
Yeah, I like
associate.
the enthusiasm at the end. Okay. I'll give a little breakdown of how I feel about this ad. So, um, off the bat, sort of same thing with the hook here. It needs to be adjusted, and I'm being tough on the hook because it's the most important part of the ad. It matters so much to get people to actually watch. If your hook isn't good, there's no reason for someone to watch more of the ad, click the link, read the cap. There's no reason for them to do that if your hook isn't good. That's why it's so important. And the hook here is her introducing herself, which unless you're really well known in the space or in your city or something like that, introducing yourself is not a good hook because nobody quite honestly cares who you are. You can introduce yourself later on, that's fine, but you can't start off by taking, 10 seconds just to tell people, my name is this is my job, this is, people want to know, okay, my problem, do you help people like me? People, the people you're advertising to are selfish. They want to know if you can help them. So get that right off the bat, that you can help these kinds of people. Don't, start talking about yourself as much. Now, however, the rest of the ad is really solid. She talks about the treatments they offer, what they help, what can be, treated. It would lean a little bit more into the who side of it. Like, is it for everyone, all ages? Like, who exactly are they helping? But she does go into detail about what they can help. Maybe also a little bit of examples of what it can do. She kind of but some of the stuff she says, lose weight, do this, do that. Like, give me more examples of what that actually means. A little bit more specific. Be a little bit more specific. Other than that, I think it's really good. Andrew, what are your thoughts?
Say pretty much the same thing. Like it's very vague at like the body at least. Like it says like, oh, we have like peptides to lose weight and stuff like that, but that's not an exact problem that people are going to be having. Like you were saying, like if they targeted more on like who it is specifically for and saying like if you have weight issues, we have a specialist that can give you a certain peptide for this and then it will help a lot more. But yeah.
Yeah.
Ending page.
Yeah. So also another thing too, peptides are trending right now. I do know that's a thing that is pretty popular for people to get. So that ad might be doing well just because of that factor, because people are looking for peptides currently. Okay, let's look at the landing page here. You have goals. Let's transcend them. I'm not a huge fan. I'll let Andrew go through this first here, but he probably won't be a huge fan of that headline either. Um, Underneath, specialists here to help, and it looks like a stock image or AI image. Wellness.
Like the landing page.
Sorry,
Landing page.
my bad. Sorry. There we go. Okay, now you guys can see it. Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right, so yeah, at the top here, headline. We'll be talking about that headline. Pretty basic at the top here. Specialists here to help. Just a stock image. And then they have some different points here. Helps you do this, encourages you to do that. Sort of the treatment she went through here. They have testimonials, how it works, reviews at the bottom. Okay, Andrew, what do you think?
Generated this entire website, but like, yeah, I mean, the headline, I don't even know what the heck that's for. Like, you have goals, let's transcend them. I mean, that doesn't mean anything, so you might as well have nothing there. Like, it's probably better just to have the running guy. But, yeah, so fix that. You have to call out who you're trying to target. If you're just saying like some random jargon, it's not going to actually benefit your business at all. If you're calling out exactly what you do, who you're targeting, their pain points, that's going to help people want to click through to the next step. And especially as the headline here, because this is the most important thing, like Jaden said, like this is what people watch or look at and decide to click out or to keep going through. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, overall, this is, yeah, I agree. Like, it's just, you gotta be more specific. You gotta know, this is really important, for everyone watching. You have to understand who it is you're advertising to. You have to understand who your target audience is, who your patients are, what age are they, what are they, male, female, are they pregnant, are they coming off an injury, are they dealing with chronic pain, hormone imbalances, what is going on with your audience. You have to understand that, and then you create an ad and website or landing page surrounding that. Don't be general and just say genuinely, we do this, we help all people, you have goals, let's transcend them, and just, give some fluff, because it doesn't make people want to take action. What makes people want to take action is when they can relate to something they watch or read. And none of this is relatable off the bat. And in fact, I don't think any of this is relatable at all. Maybe when you get down to the testimonials, it's then relatable. But other than that, there's nothing here that makes people think, wow, okay, that feels like me, or that's you, yep, that's my problem, or yep, I want that. Like, even these points are just too vague, too unspecific. Like, just narrow it down a little bit. Okay, out of 10, I'm gonna give this total, I think I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10 total. Yeah, 6 out of 10. That's my vote. What are you going for?
5 and a 6.
Yeah, and I only gave it a 6 because I think the landing page is pretty bad. I think the ad is carrying that to a 6 from a 5, but yeah. Anyways, okay, let's go through the next one here. All right, let me pull this up. Okay.
So I've been seeing a lot.
Again, if we go through your clinic or, you want us to go through your clinic, please reach out to us. We'd love to do that. We can do it live. We can do it, private. You can ask us questions, whatever. We'd love to do this for your clinic. And hopefully just doing this alone is helpful to you guys watching. Yeah, let's watch this ad here.
So I've been seeing a lot online about afternoon routines and what each wellness practitioner does. So I thought I would give you guys my 2 cents. Your afternoon routine is actually very important for you to get a good restful night's sleep, which is critical to good health. Now, the first thing I would say is if you're able to look at the afternoon sun, the sunset, that red frequency from the sunset starts to tell your brain that the nighttime is approaching, and it starts to make nighttime chemicals. Now, the other thing that's important is that you don't eat too late, because if your body is making insulin, it cannot make melatonin in the presence of darkness while you're sleeping. So you want to try not to eat 3 or 4 hours at least before you go to bed. And then it's important that you do something like the blue blockers, or you eliminate light in your eyes at least 2 hours before bedtime. So I usually put my blue blockers on a couple of hours before bed if I'm watching TV or playing on my phone, because blocking that blue light is critically important to making melatonin and tons of other hormones. And then you want to make sure that if you have to get up in the middle of the night, the blue blockers go back on. It only takes 9 seconds of light to screw up the healing center of your brain and start the day over. So if you'll follow those things, I think you'll be healthier.
Okay, so this is an interesting ad. I don't think we've had an ad in this sort of style, or at least leaning into this style as much. However, I think this style of ad is extremely useful and it works if it's done well. Andrew, what do you think about this ad?
Infomercial, like you're giving out information, but he's coming at a perspective of a professional, because he's a doctor, obviously. So he's giving out like almost like medical advice, which is actually a really good angle, because people are willing to listen to it because they are like, oh, it's a doctor, so I want to listen to it. And even the hook, even though it's like not like specifically calling out something, like it still is really good. Like it draws you in and makes you want to like learn more, because it talks about like what the trend is right now. Like people are talking about afternoon routines, and this is my 2 cents on it pretty much. So I really liked it. I mean, if he just threw in like small CTA, that probably would be the only thing I'd say to change it. Like at the very end, just say like, hey, if you'd like more information, click below and come to like our website. Or if you are dealing with sleep issues, you can come see me at our clinic, and this is an offer we're doing. Something as simple as that would get like so many people coming through your doors.
Yeah, completely agree. Yeah, this is taking an educational angle, which is hard to do, but if it's done correctly, can be more successful than anything else. Another thing that's really cool too is the hook that he used is more complex. Instead of calling out an audience, which is pretty simple to do, however, nobody seems to do it, as you find out watching these podcasts, but it is pretty simple to do. Instead, he uses a trend as his hook, which is harder to do, and it means that this ad isn't going to last forever, but the trend works really well at captivating people who are in the audience of that trend. For example, if I show you guys the hook again.
So I've been seeing a lot online about afternoon routines and what each wellness practitioner does. So I thought I would give you guys my...
Okay. Right off the bat, he gives example videos of viral videos that are in a trend and niche of afternoon routines, evening routines to help improve your sleep. So he's piggybacking off of that trend to his audience. So every one of the audience that have watched these trendy videos are now going to be captivated and watch the ad. Who are the types of people that watch these videos? Where it's actually people like us, people our age, probably younger, both female and male, maybe a little bit more male, but pretty, universal as far as gender goes. The age is probably going to be between 18 and 30, or 18 and 40. He's piggybacking off of a trends audience, and he does it extremely well here. If I saw this personally, I would definitely watch probably at least 20 seconds of this, for sure. If I saw this ad personally, he did a very good job. Like Andrew said, throw a CTA in there, throw an offer in there, and this is a 10 out of 10 ad. This is really, really good. Okay, let's see if the landing page is just as good. And actually, so this one I put in here for us to review, this does not have a landing page, which I wanted to put this ad in just because I watched a little bit of this ad beforehand, so I knew it was good. I threw it in here just to show what an educational ad is like. But also, man, why would you not have a landing page, a CTA that then says, hey, we have this offer running. Hey, if you need help with this, you can book in this. We help you with these kinds of things. Go to our website. It's going to talk about the same things. Maybe on a website, you have a longer video of you going through it more in depth or something like that. And then people can book into your clinic. Right now, you're paying for brand awareness, but it's people that are like, yes, like the people that watch this ad are almost going to be begging for you to tell them, hey, if you want help, if you want more information, if you want to come visit me, click the link below. And you don't do it, and you don't even allow people to find it themselves. There's no way to go to any sort of external link here. So yeah, that it's a missed opportunity for sure. Dr. Kevin, if you are listening to this, we'd love to talk to you, because you have a lot of potential with this ad. You're just missing the opportunity here to actually convert these into paying patients for your clinic. Andrew, do you have anything to add to that, or?
They actually just almost, you're better off with this, just removing it as an ad and posting it as content, because you're paying and nothing's really going through right now. So, I mean, if I were you, I'd just take it off the ads and just post it on your main page.
Yeah.
Because this is a great trust building video. Like, this would build a lot of trust with any of your future clients that you do actually run an ad.
Yeah, 100%. If you wanted to use this as content, then use it as content. However, I do think if you made, like, just added a CTA, just made a couple little adjustments to the ad and then made a landing page, this is one killer advertisement. Now, this is going to be better than the majority of clinics, not in your city, but in your country, and what they're advertising. Okay, so based off of just the ad alone, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10, only because there's no CTA, there's no actually conversion going on. But yes, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 out of the ad alone. What are you thinking, Andrew?
Rate it on the ad alone, because the whole point of our rating system is to book an appointment.
Well,
and I don't think anyone's going to book an
on the ad
appointment if there's
alone,
no link.
imagine if they did have an area where you could just go and book from this ad. How good do you think it would convert?
I don't really know, because there's no landing page. I mean, just like an 8, yeah.
Okay, there we go. All right, okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, let me pull it up here. All right, okay, so before I play this ad here, it's Christmas time when we're filming this. There's not a whole lot of advertisements out as much as there would be any other part of the year. So sometimes when we're doing these podcasts, we have to go deep and we have to find, ads that normally we wouldn't review. And sometimes they're a little funny, sometimes they have a little joke in them, but they're all still related to, this is a med spa. So let's watch the ad and then we'll discuss it after. I'm pretty sure this is loud, so I'll turn that down a little bit. All right, I'll go through this one first. I love the cap cut ending at. I also love how they make sure there's a scene where you are paying for what you got, because they want to make sure people that are coming, you know you got to pay. You got to tap that card. Um okay, so I know what they're going for here. They're kind of going they think Labubus, they're trending right now. Let's do a video about Labubus and let's make it an ad. This is not going to do very well. Partly because the audio is just, I mean, first of all, your audience doesn't know what a Labubu is. For the most, maybe they do. Maybe it's a med spa. So, okay, there's younger. Okay, maybe they do, but this is not. Nothing about this is going to make people actually want to, book in, schedule, go to this med spa. This is just going to be something that people either find cringe, or they find a little bit funny, or they don't even know what you're really talking about. That's, the three things that are going to be the outcome of this ad. At least you tell them what the process is, but have someone talking, explaining it, showing, what it actually looks like. Like you can't really tell what it actually looks like when it's a doll, getting it all done. And then, that's going to actually get people to want to go in. This is an example of someone that is leaning too hard on a trend, thinking, okay, if I implement a Labubu in here, automatically it's going to do well because it's trending. And, maybe med spa, younger woman, some of my audience knows what a Labubu is. So because of that, it's going to work. I just need to throw it in there. That's not how it works with ads. This would be fine as content, and as content, maybe you can have that mindset going into it, but as an ad, no, that's not how it works. Andrew, what are your thoughts?
Like the owner of the clinic let the daughter do the advertising.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, other than I don't really.
Okay, and then this, I wanted to bring this up because this one and the last one are similar. Now, this one allows you, they don't have a landing page. It's instead sending a message. And if you were on Facebook, you click this, it goes to the DM portion where you can send people a DM. Now, I wanted to mention this because this is very common, especially when you don't hire someone and you try and do this yourself, which I'm assuming, considering what this ad was, it was either, it could have been a daughter, a niece, or one of the people that work there that made this, which is completely fine, but you don't want to be getting people to your DMs. No, the chance, when has someone ever booked into a any kind of wellness clinic through DMs, through messaging? It doesn't happen. It's not something that, and not only that, but you're not able to actually direct them any sort of way. You're expecting from this ad that this ad alone, 20 seconds long, is enough for people to go into your DMs, message you saying, hey, I want to come to your clinic. That doesn't happen. People need more information. They want to learn more. They want to make an informed decision before going somewhere. So make sure the last one, it's almost like that one should have been content. This one, they are running it as an ad. They just make sure you understand the journey that people go through when they watch an ad. They want more information. You have to bring them to a website or landing page. You have to bring them to a scheduler. Just understand that concept as you go forward. This one's sort of the same as the last one. It's hard to rate just because they don't have a landing page. Now, we can rate it, however, based on how many people are going to watch this ad and send a message. And honestly, I'm going to give this a 1 out of 10. There's not, if there's any people that have done it, it's going to be a very, very few amount.
1 out of 10 as well.
Okay.
Put on your page as content, but don't use that as an ad. You're just wasting your money.
Okay, let's move on to the next one here. And by the way, I think this is the last one. We do 5, and then we talk about just a topic after this that we get asked from practitioners, owners, whatever it is, that they ask us commonly, they have issues with, they have concerns with, and we just, spend 5 to 10 minutes just discussing it, answering it, walking people through it, and yeah, just helping them out in general. Okay, let's look at this ad here. Let me just turn it down a little bit. Okay.
Strange.
Am I not sharing the screen? Oh, okay. Here, let me do that real quick. You could have let me know beforehand.
I said it like quite a few times.
All right.
Treatment-resistant depression is a severe and persistent form of depression that does not respond to traditional antidepressant medications. If left unchecked, it can cause prolonged suffering, impair daily functioning, and increase the risk of suicide. To address this, alternative approaches are needed to provide relief and achieve remission. One such approach is ketamine therapy, which has shown remarkable effectiveness in rapidly alleviating depressive symptoms, even when other treatments have failed. Ketamine targets a different neurotransmitter in the brain called glutamate, which plays a crucial role in mood regulation. By promoting neuroplasticity and the generation of new neural pathways, ketamine therapy offers hope and relief to individuals struggling with treatment-resistant depression. Treatment-resistant depression
Okay.
is a severe and
Andrew, what are you thinking?
I mean, it's decent. I wouldn't say like the hook's like okay, but like the problem is if I'm watching this, I'm kind of just like, cool, next. Like that's what I feel like most people are going to see when seeing this ad. Like the B-roll is just like clips of someone laying on their bed, I think. But like, yeah, I mean, it would be better if like if you have this problem, then or if you're going through these exact symptoms, like especially when you're using B-roll and there's not an actual human, you need to be so clear on your hook because people are going to scroll past right away. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. It sounds it just makes, yeah, just something about it, the basic videos that you're looking at, the AI voiceover, there's something about it that just doesn't resonate, doesn't make you want to watch. It makes you just want to scroll past. I don't know what it is exactly, but there's just something that's not there. There's no emotion, there's no uh, it's just hard to really watch this because almost right away okay, this is not like, it just almost is it's a little bit boring, and right away you're like, okay, this is an ad, and you want to scroll past it. I don't think that there's going to be a whole lot of people that make it past the 10-second mark, just because of the fact that yeah, like I said, it's just not, it doesn't really captivate people into it, watching it, okay, so let's look at the landing page. Hopefully that's a little better. Let me pull this up, make sure I share my screen this time. All right. Okay. Breakthrough psychedelic therapy treatment, couple points there, learn more. They have a survey I'm looking at here, and it looks like go high level as well. You can kind of tell from the layout. Okay, they have a step-by-step process, little VSL here, that's cool. And yeah, some more. Okay, so right off the bat, the landing page is a lot better than the ad is. This this headline isn't the worst headline I've ever seen, but it definitely could be improved. Give a little bit more solution, like breakthrough psychedelic therapy treatment. Yeah, okay, what does that mean? Like, let's say, breakthrough psychedelic therapy treatment for X, Y, and Z. That would instantly make it a million times better if you just added that. Or, something along that lines. Make it a little bit more specific, make it relate to people. Or breakthrough psychedelic treatment that does X, Y, and Z, or that helps with X, Y, and Z. Like, make it a little bit less like fluffy, but it's not the worst headline I've ever seen. These check boxes, this again, this doesn't really mean anything to people. Give if you're going to put something underneath the headline, make it mean something. Make it explain it better. Give people what they want, which is just information and understanding. Is this going to be the right thing for me? Love how they have a survey. We'll maybe get into that a little later on, but we use a survey for everything we do just to qualify people going in. They have their locations there, which that's fine. And then the step-by-step, which I love that. The VSL, love that. Anytime you can put videos on a landing page, it's always going to be better. Andrew, what do you think about this?
We went through most of it, but yeah, it's good. I mean, it's for sure better than the ad, but I mean, my rating's probably still going to be pretty low because there's not going to be driving a lot of traffic through to this landing page because the ad was very like, it almost put me to sleep there. But yeah, it's just like if you're going to like you need to drive curiosity with ads, and we'll say that over and over and over again because if I just spoke monotone this entire podcast, you guys would probably just want to fall asleep and click off right away because no one likes monotone speaking people or especially a monotone ad where it's just like, so if you are dealing with this sort of thing, that like it's not fun to watch. But yeah, the landing page looks really good.
Okay, so what are you rating it then?
I'd probably rate the overall system like 4 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd say the same. I'd give it a 4 out of 10 as well. Okay, that's the last one I wanted to go through there. Now we're going to talk about a topic we haven't actually discussed beforehand what that topic is going to be. So off the fly, I'm going to come up with something that we talked a little bit about in this podcast. We discussed it a little bit, but let's go into hooks for an ad. How do you create a good hook? What is a good hook? Let's go into that and let's discuss it. And hopefully that can help you guys out so you can understand better. The most important part of an ad, if you're going to put an ad out, is the hook, the first 5 to 10 seconds. How do you make a good one? And how to do it easily. How you can, it's not something that's hard to do, requires a bunch of editing or anything like that. How to easily create a good hook. Andrew, I'll let you start this one off. When you're creating a hook, what do you do first? What is your first task? Go through, break down how you create a hook for an ad.
I mean, for myself, when I ever am creating a hook, I always put myself in the shoes of like, who is my avatar? And I break down who my avatar is. So if I'm targeting people like a naturopath who is dealing with like chronic back pain, let's say, I need to put myself in their shoes and realize who they are and call out their exact person. So I'll say like, if you are dealing with chronic back pain that just won't go away and you've tried conventional care and you're looking for something different, then at our clinic, we provide a different approach. Like just in that someone's going to be like, wow, that is literally exactly what I'm going through. I've tried other things. It didn't work. And I want to try a different approach. You're explaining pretty much what exactly you do, but just broken down so it will drive curiosity and then just go into more detail throughout the ad. But something just as simple as that, like you don't even need to overcomplicate it, say all these fancy words. Like I just came up with that on the fly, but you can do if then hooks. Like we tend to break it down like in simple ways. So you can do an if then hook, like if you are, then you should, or if you are, then we have a solution. Or you have questions like yes questions where it's like, do you have this? Do you also have this? Okay, well, we offer this to help you with that. So that's another way to do a hook. But yeah, we usually just break it down like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so important that you understand who your target audience is. Because if you are trying to talk to someone or reach out to someone and you have no idea who they are, but you're trying to sell them something, how does that work? How do you sell someone something if you don't even know who they are? You need to understand the person you're selling to so then you can understand if they actually want what you're selling. It's basic logic. It's how humans function. So when you're creating an ad, it's no different. Just like if you were talking to someone, if you're a practitioner discussing with someone about treatments, you're asking them questions, figuring out what's the problem, what do they have to go through? Okay, how much does this hurt? Pain out of 10. Okay, when I do this, how does that feel? You need to do the same thing with the ads. You need to ask yourself, who am I advertising to? Once you figure that out, that is the most principal step to advertising in general. That's going to help you with the ad, hook, body, CTA. That's going to help you with the landing page, headline, your follow-up. Everything is going to be based around that. And then once you figure that out, and you know who your target audience is, and you're creating a hook, it has to be relatable. That's key. Needs to be something that's relatable. Introducing yourself is not relatable because nobody knows who you are, and introducing yourself doesn't change any sort of their opinion. It doesn't make them, and this is the other thing. Number one is it needs to be relatable. Number two, it needs to captivate attention. Those are the two things that you're looking for in a hook. Those are the two goals of a hook. Those are the outcomes of it. Make someone stop scrolling, captivate their attention, drive curiosity, and then make it relatable. Make people interested. Make them want to either watch more, read more, or click the link below. Either one needs to happen in order for a hook to be good. And there's many ways you can create a hook. We went through, multiple hooks through this podcast. We have other podcasts as well where we go through, ads, the exact same thing that we did here. We talk about hooks. There's hooks that are bad, hooks that are good, and we can go through them all. But there needs to be something, there that is relatable and that captivates attention. Those are your two goals of a hook, and it needs to be done within a 5 to 10 second window. Okay, so what I wanted to say too about the hook actually is I discussed at the beginning, I created a fake wellness clinic where I got 7 appointments in the first 4 days. I marketed it. That same thing, you can have access to all the tools I used. You can have, you can figure out how I did it. You can learn the breakdown, exactly what I did, why I did it, and how you can apply it to your clinic right now, no matter, what treatments you have, no matter where you're located, your services, it does not matter. I guarantee you, if you, apply the same system, it will work for you. So you can listen to all that below. It's the same thing. It's completely free. It's just a video. You can watch it, go through it, and figure it out from them. From there, we also will give you access to all the tools we used for that fake clinic. And one of them is our AI ad script bot, where it plugs into Chat GPT and it will direct you through creating an ad that you can use, a script for an ad that you can use, that is based off of our principles, that our outlines that we use for all the ads we create. We can email that to give it to you so you can use it yourself, again, completely for free. I just want to mention that. You'll find that below if you want to use that. Any additional thoughts, Andrew, or are we good?
We'll see you guys for the next podcast.
Yeah.
But thanks for watching.